if thou wilt serve Idior, as thou hast said. Brothers both, brothers coats, ye have swollen blooders oaths, and go said unto Gideon, and said he to the no-wedding captain, the rude honourable laid pacts be, being betwiggy, he said. By my main makeshift, he said, one fisk and one flesk, as flat as Aceman Edmondson, your iron slides, and so Humpty Dump, as Padley McNamara here, he's a hardy canuter. For the two breasts of Monbay are her soilers and her toilers, if thou wilt serve Idior, as thou hast said. Brothers both, brothers coats, ye have swollen blooders oaths, and go said unto Gideon, and said he to the no-wedding captain, the rude honourable Humphrey, who was praying God of Clothildes by the 7 bosses of his front charge, he would say Bucklesome when she wooed be loving him. Come either, said he, my merry time merloop, you wooten wall, said he, into the shipfolds of our quadruped island, bless mad you Mardike loose and come. Blast Nedo's bray, and no more of your maimed acts after this with your Tautoros and Criados, to every tone thick and heavy, and our loneliness of his reverence to your altitude. The ill-followable staying in wait for you, with the winning word put into his mouth, or be the holy table, as Horrocks Tola hath most cares to call it. I'll rehearse your commandermen, and first murder you entirely. As pockers that Thaddeus picked upon and left the lollies off the foil. A Trinity judge will crux your boom, Pat is the man for die. Aye, and he poured him behind of the whiskus, mingling a sign of the crushed. I baptize thee, ocean, said he. Oscar Borta, said he. Eri Vikinger, said he. Intra trifum criforium crifoliorum, said he. Unconditionally, for first of ye Gael Gauls, and hero chief explunderer of the clans of Celtic, said he. The streamerous mastress of the sea as Cuddy Colemans, and let this douche for you as a holy of puzzlers, and for all the potterings to the wakes of you, said he. Out of the Helsinki of the Houghtoners, and be damned to ye, said he. Into our roomy O'Connellic relation, said he. From which hour this pledge is given, terra truly turnatrine, if not son towards thousand, like expect chrysanthemums, to which I Oscar your god's battering sailor. For as you got gold, whereafter a good digging, and with gooder and skewer from Ossian Buck fared again Ferios, feuded hail so haim till Adar, in that the Lloyd mav hersey on your sail, and nomen an hour. Speaking of sand. Nonsense, you snorsted. He was hard and considerable against all religions overthrow, so for the coffers pocket the big bog Micklemand and store exploder, would he be wholesale sold, dadooped, by priest Goodfroden, of the sacred haunt suit, in Diablen Barclay at Dunkirk St. Petricksburg? But hear this, and here, Hera, my rear admirable Pather Polson, said he, consistently, to the second named suitor, my lately lamented sponsorship, comes and round that wine and lift your horn, said he, to show you're a scholar, for winter you likes or not, we brought your summer with us, and Tonkin about your late Eurekason, and his undiscovery of a miracle be the roaring forties, he said, and on my supper crappy dam, as Harris himself says, to let you in on some Christian doctrine, here is the ninthest pork of a man, this swimmies in Diblin water, from Ball's Cotton eastmost, till Thurston Lixlip, and, said he, whiles the heart of lucky Swain sloughed in his icebox, for to think of all the sorts of smugglers he would be having his duty fees being for Rupert to her. Great is peal to our good St. Brandonius, Filius of Acara, spouse to Finlog, he has the nicest part of a little woman in the house, Lachito Lachato, Lachama Duiro, Tina Batala, Sif for your fob and a tesura a store for you, es Lucy Lampus when the surge sees sombren, that he dotes upon of any living Plustivell, to child and foster. That's the leap year's wonder of coffee go, new school. 2 at Winwinny 1, Tramity trimming and funity fair, with a grit as hard as the Trent of the times, with a touch as soft as the Dee influing, and never a hydrogeny the like of her likeness at looking you leap, read o romancing, long Evmans in Verne, about little Annie Ronas, and all the Lavinias of Esther Ewers, and pleading for them to herself in the periglous latch hangs over her trickle bed. It's a piece of fortune, if it never falls from the scuffle. And when that malor is over till next time, and all the primroses are out respirading, and the tubers toot for the glow of their god, making every dilly dingle after her down the Dargle Dell, and wait a while, bluster bus, you're marcher than 240, and don't start furling your laddens till you've learned the lie of her language. When it's somewhere calling, and she can hear the piano tuner, the aunt of the ons in Cumbria, sleepy talking to the Wilch Mountains, ticking out through her dromer window for the flying of the touchman over the wishes of English strand, when Kilbarrack Bell pings saxolations that conchesses with Sinbad's nay, pong, where our Dollymon sees the phantom shape of Mr. Fortunatus right, since Winksome Miss Bulkley made low to her wrecker, and he took her to be a rover, and playing House of Ivory Dower of Gold, and gifty soil me peep at my cries, which it's a blue lagoon for her and a bleak-eyed Susan, if she can't work her miracles and give Norgy-Borgy good Irish timers, while her fresh racy turf is kindly kindling up the lover with the flu, with the rory borealas would set an airy wedding on fire, let alone an old humpopotamus with a boom of water on his brain, Aiden Bay, sigh and die, ask Spooky Biddy, 29 to her dozen, and cuckoo him didulcy dovely, to his old caw-caws, hugging and mooning, for his strict private here, which there's no pure rube like an old poor ruber, when your polar beer turns out Bruno Lewin, and beat his barge into a battering cram, with her wattling way for Cublin, and Beanie Fairy Face, said he, the marriage mixer, to fair son of Joash, her coke's fonder, wiry eyes and winky hair, Timkin a beach your Andros Meltons, and his love sang of the short and shifty, I will turn my thinks to things of love, and I will speak but three's one, said he, my truest patrion's good founter, poles aport and zones asunder, tie up in hates and repeat it luxury. You can bury your two blue Protestant arson, Tyler back, after rounds abouts and donnocks and the volume smoke, though the plonk in his stumble strikes warm, and where he laid out on that counter there like a Slavocrates amongst his skitties, when it comes to the ride honourable, said he, that's to make plain Nanny Nishirs, a full Dina Marquesa, and all needed for the lay, from the Hersey on the Monty, with the room in her barge, down to fork piece and bucket patch, elding my elding and lift my lift, in the privacy of a firma nocturne, hap, said he, at that meat hour of night and hop, said he, and the first Diana's ever so tried, while the breath of Poppy Hollispond swamped into sea chest, for to renumber all the Mallymedeers long roll and call of sweetheart hammers that ever had a fort in from Coxenhagen till the Brussels on the Nile, while Taylite is yet slipping under their pillow, ill omens on Kitty Cole if she's spilling laddie's measure, and before sing mattings in the fields, rings end being Harry the Conqueror and Airho, and the Reverend Fox Gutman gives us I'll bell the well, or the steeple boys revanger, and all Thing of Valley knows, for it's never dawn in the dark but the deed comes to light, and raptest bride is aptest breed, the lassie, and to boy the hoop within a springing, 'tis no timber tar she'll have then in her arms braced to dull the dally dandle, our fiery queen, upon the night of the things of the night of the making to stand up, the double tech of the over overseer of the seas, who cometh from the mighty deep, and on the night of making Horus to cry humph over his enemy, with the help of me cope, as so plues the riches of the road shields. With Elizabeth blessing the bed pane, at the will be done of Yinko, Jinko, Randy, come Basco, and kitty chip eggs, she will make a Suomese pair and singlet, jod for smalls and tailorless, a copenha's cribful, leaf, bud and berry, the Divlin's own little minikin puss, hip, Horatia, for my old comrade Saltimar here, brigantine general Sir A.I. Magnus, the flappernoser, master of the good life bath, Ulivan Green of Onslaught, and the homespun of her heart. Puss, his father was the north-northeast, and Muss his mother was the Glukop, and Gravy Dock or Groovy Anchor, and the Hull-Red for sunk Manohood, who, with a chen for his lifetime and a bonsai napping through his doze, he is the bestest blotty blonde blubber of an old widgeon that overspat a skittle in a skib. Talk off, who caged? And Dub did glow that night. In Fingal of victories, Canmother and Kathleen sang together, and the three shouters of glory, yelling half-nude their hops. Surly Toole smiled upon rear Dartula. And Roscranus Bulgaboyo begirlified the daughter of Cormac. The soul of every else's body rolled into its old soul self. A double month's license, lease on mirth, while Hoony Moon and her flame went honeysuckling. Holy Rishia, what boom of bells, what battle of brags on Sandgate, where met the mobby mobbed his biddy nagging through the rice. Even Tombs left Duss and Dunnage down in Denny-Dott's tomb, and drew on the door-nailed clogs that Morty Manning left him, and legged in by Ghost's town gate, like Pompeii up to date, with a sprig of white boy's pepper on his late Luke Elcock's heirloom. And some say they seen old Dummy Death, with a leaf of bronze on his cloak so grey, trooping his collar apace to the rear. And as awfully posh, with his half-crown jewel, as if he was the Grand Duke Metal, or Castor de Grace on the route to l'Epée. It was Jubilee Jeu, that all sorts jure. Priest-outers and public ranks, hats on glaives. You could hear them swearing treaties on the Kimalaya Mountains, man, and giving it out to the old Fahawk and lout-mouthing after the Haley-Mealy with an emphasis to bring down the reign of Tara. Never to let it, ever to mind. The grandest be the Haley seen or heard on Earth's conspectrum since Scaife the Goat, that gaffer, ate the Sunder's Bible. Hadn't we heaven's lance to hide us? Yet every lane had its lively spark, and every spark had its several spurtles, and each Spitfire spurtle had some trick of her trade, a tease for Ned, Nook's nestle for Fred, and a peep at me mouth for Peelpole. So that Father Matthews looked totally trebled, but Dan o' the Dane grimmed, doomed. For yeg will elsker doty land, meet the Jews sentium, to cannon's roar and rifles peal, will shant I always sang. For there were no more tyrannies, and for laxing brows was past the copper to our labours, and it was dim upon the floods only, and there was day on all the ground. Thus street spins legends, while wolves wove tales, but some family feud felt a nick in their name. Old vicars sate down on their heirs and straightened the points of their lace. Red rollies popped out of their lairs and asked what was wrong with the race. Mick Namara used dripping in layers to shave all the furs off his face. The Burkleys and Coil Finns paid full fines for their sins when the cat and Miss Cooley were roped. Rollo ripped. With her bandbacks hoist from Hola, zig for zag through pool and polder, cheap and laughing Jack, all orgas scorning, see the Bolshort pictures motion, and Kitsy climbs this mine, eloping to that home in Finn's Hotel Fjord, Nova Norning. Where they pulled down the cuddle and they made fray, and if he don't look homey well, that Duke can eye me. He go to birth, and she caught a manage, and Bowles Gorse Mundum Yana West. Knock knock. Horse where? Which war? The two winds. Knock knock. Who's without? Without what? An apple. Knock knock. The Kildare mast, 1, 10, and 100, hare, foot, birdie hand, herring a bone, bees knees, and they barney danced the Catherine round to know the who and to show the husband. Why was you hiding, motor of motors? And where was Hunty, pop of the gun, pointing up to skyless heaven like the spoon out of Sergeant Major's pay? Which was the worst of them, Phoenix couplets? He's heard of hoarding and her face is awful. Becoming ongoing, their seeming sames, for though that Liam Stone deaf to his part, that the wind free top whittles the damp off the morning. But tell us it, all as it well as it sends. And the longer it takes, the swooner they tumble to. He knows he's just thrilling, and she's sure she'd squeal. The three-legged man in the tulip dewy dress. Clod, hill misty. We're brimming to hear. The Dursty did, and the first cheater. Paganine Bush, this isn't the polka. Catch as you can when Highland fling. And you, Tim Tommy Maloney, I'd tickle your parents if you stick that big pin up into me. So in the names of the Walder, and of the Sol, and of the Hully Crossed, Ox aware it, trisex none, and by way of letting the ant out of her gross crop, and leading the mokes home by their gribe, whoops about a platicide of floodicides, alamam, elamon, poison curls, on this mountain of Delude, and in the high places of Delude of Israel, which is Haraharim, and the Joblin's old mountain over against Vikings, from your tarns, thwaites and forks, with tofts and fosses, fells, house and shaws, lunds, goths and dales, mentioning the magnominuses, so will is the lithiest, the Mirio hast, with toroidal coil, area round wanton a jockey, fin above wave after ducky down dibby, trader on a slung duty belt, the former Velican and Nana Carly Keevna, Sommer Lad and Cinderenda, Valtivar and Viv, how big Bill Bryan Borumata, first took his gauge at Lil Lolly Lavender Water, since when capriole legs cut its limbs of a crane, and was it the twilight, or the mount of the yard, or the faint of her smell, made the seamen assault of her, in Imagicine all, whim, to the latification of this generation by new humorization of our Christianization. As the last lyre on the earth, the gaily wail, the first lady of the forest, the toots pardoozle, so l'omole. For the joy of the dew on the flower of the fleets, on the fields of the foam, of the waves of the seas, of the wild main from Borneo has just come to crown. Snip, snap, snooty, no air historian booty, of a little trip trap and a big tree schooner, for he pulled off the kettle and they made 3 or 5, and if heck don't love Alfie, then lad you annoy me. For Hannigan with Hannigan, still pawn to hunt, to Finns their Finnegan, where Papa Pierce and O'Reilly and Tullymongan, Mac fall the Devon on the Dublin Daddy Doodle, and unruly person creaked to jest. Jest opposed to carry off chickers or frankfurters on the odor. Fine again, Coulson. Peace, oh why. Such was the act of God stepping the folk of Doolin, brain and planted, wattle and daub, with Yule peel as I'll pale, and we'll pull the both the ground to gutter. Testes touchwood and shen stone unto pop and tumour, calf and condor, under all the gauspices incorporated, the char and his chi, their roamer in over, grib rob drab, raining trippity trappity, so far shalt thou flow, else thy cavern hair, to whom she, and it liken and please thee. Till sea lump became dump, the bumps lump a little bed, altola alamash, okay, came for damper to jetty to wharf, all the weight of that mun on his little rib eunuch. Him, that grand old man, to be that hard of hearing, aforesaid, and her the petty tonguer with the fix in her changeable eye, which, see, Lord me lad, he goes with blowbeard, leady, flashes scream. But before that his lordship was converted to a land shop, there was a little theagamajig incident, that hoppy-go-jumpy January morn, when he colluded with the cad out on the beg, amongst the funereal gams of those oaf-masked fiends, for whom he's first caused the bridge of the piers at Inverletty, making puntine of their engagement, sin-buildizing graters and things. Eke, isn't? Oh, nilly, not all, here's the first cataraction. As if ever she cared an aswan damn about her harpoon sticking all out of him, wet between Phoenix's calipers and that sour gnome sheep. Stratsy Gospodin. Kenny thought she didn't use it, while the sit was leaking asphalt like a suburbia Aurealis in his roar was talking to him, like all boots. Interruption. Czech or Slovak. Diversion. Why, wonder of wenchelos, what os sesame open, vidur est doing, vidur est being. But how thing Jerry means but this being becoming in vidur, ke? And oh, it is nay not him what foots like a glove, shoe, and shine or pad padonkin. Soufli, Annis Levi, Sushi is Slojaneska.